daily showing of Star Trek Beyond, Spock Yeah! For some movies, Event Cinemas in Australia will host like an advanced screening of the movie the night before. To my delight, they decided to have an early premiere of Star Trek Beyond, and I was a happy little Trekkie. And since Pop Spectrum's very first review was Star Trek Into Darkness, I felt compelled to make this video and celebrate! Another Star Trek movie, another Star Trek movie. I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I love the first two movies and I was really looking forward to this one. How does it compare to the other two? Let's find out. After spending 3 out of 5 years out in deep space, Kirk begins to question his life while Spock mourns the loss of Admiral Spock. Yeah, get ready for some feels, people. The feels. As they take a rest stop at Starfleet's newest city, a distressed soldier pleads for help, claiming her people have been abandoned on a lifeless planet after a sudden attack. Kirk and his crew head out to rescue her crew when they are suddenly attacked by a swarm of ships. And not just a lot of ships, like literally these ships operate like a swarm of bees. And it was awesome to watch. Kirk has no choice but to abandon ship, only to have the majority of his crew taken captive by the deadly swarm led by an ominous being known as Krall. Now it's up to Kirk, Spock, Bones, Chekhov, and Scotty to locate and rescue their crew with the assistance of a stray prisoner desiring to leave the planet, Jayla. Somewhat unlike Star Trek Into Darkness, this movie felt relatively new plot-wise, as if like the idea was fresh. But it still felt like a traditional Star Trek episode. Kirk and his crew are lost on a mostly deserted planet. What are they gonna do? But that aspect alone made me really appreciate the movie. Does the movie carry out a good story though? I'd say for the most part, yeah. At first I felt the beginning was a little bit rushed though. They were here, now they're taking a rest stop here, and now shit's hitting the fan here. But at the same time, it felt appropriate since the attack on the Enterprise was very sudden and came out of nowhere, so the rushed feeling felt necessary to fit the sudden attack. Plus it does move us straight to what really made the movie shine, the action. The action and cinematography was always great for these films, but I was just happy to see them step up their A game on this one. The swarming army was fascinating to watch, the fight choreography was spot on, especially with Jayla's cloning technique, and the special effects were incredible. I will say there was one scene that felt a bit fake, but I'll let you see that for yourselves. Totally riding along this blue hill here. Totally doing it. Doesn't look fake at all. Nope. The cinematography was actually pretty interesting for this film. The different angles and twisting perspectives really added to the film, especially when the characters are walking through abandoned vessels and when gravity tosses our characters around. Yeah, we get to see them pull off some Mario Galaxy tricks in the city. It was funny. Speaking of that city, the base is a neat spectacle with how it's made and just how the camera was just flying us through this place. I just wanted to stay in there. It looks so shiny and pretty, but just how we were just flying through and seeing how everything is made and how it works, it was fun. The characters are just as memorable and fun as usual. There's nothing much to add since the old characters are pretty much the same as before, but with more hilarious scenes between Spock and Bones.
You know, Spock, if an Earth girl says it's me, not you, it's definitely you.
A most annoying, emotional episode.
Smack right in the old eye. Oh, I'm sorry. In your case, it would be about here.
They actually pointed that out in the movie. Your heart's here, right? There is one aspect that did change that drew in people's attention, and that was what they did with Sulu's character. Some people freaked out about it. George Takei didn't like the idea since Sulu wasn't gay in the original show, but I say I really didn't mind. They made an alternate universe where Kirk's father is dead and Khan turned into a pasty British guy. The sky is the limit when it comes to science fiction and multi-universe theories. Oh, just go watch Rick and Morty already. Multi-universes. So I guess for this character segment, I'm gonna go over the 2 new characters that we got in this movie. Jayla, played by Sofia Boutella, is a very intriguing character. She's tough, knows how to defend herself, very smart while trying to put a ship together, but she's also damaged. She is trying to escape the nightmare that is Krall by doing everything she can to find scrap parts, build a ship, and get as far away from him as possible. Even when the crew insists on her helping them, she hesitates since she already lost so much just trying to escape from this guy. The one thing I cry for when writers are trying to create a strong, independent woman is to try and make her as real and relatable as possible. I.e., don't make her perfect. don't make her a Mary Sue. They put a lot of depth into Jayla's character, and I appreciated that. And then there's what myself and my friends consider to be the low point of the movie, and that was the villain. Krall, played by Idris Elba. My friends didn't really find this guy threatening, but I personally felt that he was a huge threat, considering what he could do. He leads a swarm squadron that can take down any ship like a swarm of bees attacking a human. He takes multitudes of life forms as his prisoners, but I felt his key motivation to do everything that he's doing was very weak. Throughout the movie, we were asking each other, why is he doing this? What is his purpose? Does he just flat out hate the Federation? If so, why? Once the answer came through, however, I was kind of disappointed. I don't want to spoil too much on that detail, but if you've seen the movie, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of Krall's motivations. If I had to choose which villain was better, I'd give it to Khan, considering how manipulative he really was. Nero is close behind though, but at least both other motivations were better than Krall's. I don't really blame the actor though. I think Idris Elba did a good job with his performance, in my opinion. Would we recommend Star Trek Beyond? Yeah, I'd recommend it. The action is top-notch, the special effects are incredible as always, and the majority of the characters are really good. The one major thing I will say to convince you to watch this movie is the homage for Leonard Nimoy. Spock really questions his place in life and the responsibilities he has towards his people, but also his friends. When we get to the end of the movie and you see the tribute that helps Spock make up his mind, wow. Right here. My husband can vouch. Once that scene came up, I was crying. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting it to happen, but once it did, and I saw what he was holding, I'm like, and I was crying. My husband's holding my hand, and he's there for me. Like, he smiled a bit because, like, at first he didn't expect it to come, but he wasn't teasing me for it. It was just an emotional moment. And to those who are wondering if they added something extra due to the recent sad events, yes, they did. Anton Yelchin is honored in the credits, and it just sinks in. There he is on the screen. He's right there, giving his all for this performance, and then you see at the credits for Anton. It just sinks in that he's gone. I did hear that they're not going to replace him in the fourth movie. The fourth movie has been confirmed. They're not going to replace Chekhov, so they're going to find a way to kill him off somehow. And that's gonna sink in again, like, poor Anton. It's just, Leonard lived a good life. Anton, it was just unexpected. It came out of nowhere. You died too young, sir. Just with the whole Leonard tribute and seeing Anton's performance, it was an emotional moment for me. It got me crying. It may make you cry as well. To Leonard and Anton, the movie was really good, and you should be very proud for all you've done for this franchise and for your life's accomplishments. We will continue to live long and prosper because of you two. Pop Spectrum gives Star Trek Beyond 3.5 pops out of 5. The story, action, and special effects were on par, but the movie should have given better motives for Krall to work with. This is Robyn from Pop Spectrum. Thanks for watching. Live long and prosper, bitches. Be sure to like, favorite, and comment on this video, as well as subscribe to Pop Spectrum. Thank you for watching.